Before she was a world-famous pop star, Tate McRae was a very serious and very successful competitive dancer where she was most well known for being able to get into this position right here. Being a physical therapist who works with a lot of people that can do something like this, when other people see somebody get in this position, I get asked two main questions. The first being, how is this even possible that somebody can do this? And the second being some version of, is this safe or will this cause damage? And here are the answers. Being able to get into a position like this is the result of three main things. Number one is you likely need some sort of genetic advantage in how your hip is built. Whether that includes a shallow hip joint that allows a lot of movement, or laxity in the ligaments of that hip, you likely have some sort of genetic advantage to be able to do it in the first place. Number two is you have to start very young. You generally can only get into these extreme ranges of motion if you train your body to get into those ranges of motion when the body is still young, malleable, and still growing. Number three, and most important, you have to be incredibly dedicated to your craft and working every day to do that. Now, is getting in this position safe or will it cause damage? In this case, the way that Tate gets into this position is actually very safe. And that's because she gets there in a very slow and controlled motion, meaning that her muscles have control of the joint the entire time. This position is really only likely to cause some kind of damage when you're doing things like kicks or dropping into a split, which I'm not going to do. And that's because your muscles are no longer controlling the joint. You're using momentum to get to those spots, which can put extra stress through the joints themselves.